So imagine Keanu Reeves as Wolverine, but with a philosophical bent. You've got a little bit of an idea of how Berserker reads. Oh, and it's ultra violent. Berserker was actually launched with a Kickstarter, and I almost backed that at the time. But honestly, I'm glad I waited and just got the deluxe edition because this is a really beautiful hardcover edition of the book. Berserker is a really interesting story. So, this is the graphic novel. But before I read that, I actually read the Book of Elsewhere by Keanu Reeves in China Mieville, which is basically an alternate universe take on the same tale. And it's really been interesting to see the ways in which that was very similar, this graphic novel version, and the ways in which it was very different. Berserker was written by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kindt, with art by Ron Garney and colors by Bill Crabtree. And I want to give a special shout out to the art in this book, because like all good graphic novels, the art and the writing come together seamlessly, expressively. The colors in this are amazing, fantastic. I love Garney's art. I have for a very long time. It's very bold and graphic and emotive, and it does a really great job in a book that's a lot of action. And that's the one thing that may turn some people off, because I said this is ultra violent. There is stuff flying all over. Very visceral, as in viscera. And, some people will like that, some people won't. But it's interesting how they contrast that, especially like in the fight scenes. And whenever there's a lot of this sort of bloody action going on, it's very much contrasted with the philosophical aspects of the story. The musing of someone who is essentially immortal. Keanu Reeves' character in the graphic novel and the upcoming adaptation is thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. And he doesn't necessarily want to be. He's ready for a cure. He doesn't want to die, but he just wants to be able to, essentially. Part of the fun of the book is going back 10,000 years and seeing the same character sort of walking through history. I think both versions of the story, Berserker and the Book of Elsewhere, I think they both had their own merits and things I'd recommend. I think it's really just sort of a matter of how you want to absorb the story. I would definitely recommend doing both at some point. If you read the Book of Elsewhere, definitely read Berserker. I think they complement each other well. There was stuff I feel like I understood better in Berserker because I had read the book. And there's stuff that in the book that is intriguing because it's not in the graphic novel. And even though it does kind of feel like Wolverine in some ways, and his ability to regenerate, his ability to come back from the dead, essentially, the interference with sort of shadowy organizations and agencies, it goes definitely in different places. They've apparently done some one-shots and a prequel and some spin-offs from Berserker, which I definitely plan to read next. I would love to get more of the story and this universe.